Welcome back to another episode of the Strong Family Project podcast. This is one of our 10-minute Tuesdays, and I'm Mel, and soon to be joined by Joe in a couple minutes. But I'm going to get us started. So this is a topic that's been on my mind the last few weeks because my kids went back to school third week in August. And I had this idea in my mind where, hey, as soon as they're back in school, I'm going to have all this time to get all this stuff done that I was maybe putting off in the summertime. And now we're in September already, and I feel like I haven't had a single day that was that wonderful, normal kind of day that I was expecting. So the topic that came to mind was, there's never really a perfect time for anything. It's like, when is the perfect time to have kids? When is the perfect time to change jobs? When is the perfect time to whatever the case might be for you? And I'm starting to recognize that I have to let go of the idea that there is a perfect time. So I wanted to present this because I think this probably will resonate with people. And this whole going back to school thing, it does open up some new opportunities, some new time to do things that maybe you couldn't do in the summertime. For our family, Joe's gotten very busy with multiple work projects, and I've been taking on some more podcast responsibilities. And that's been I'm really grateful for that because I love spreading the word and going on other podcasts to talk about the Strong Family Project. But I do think people oftentimes put things off because they think a better time will come. So for example, we talk about the 7 elements of the Strong Family Path. And the first one being setting your core values. Not that you have to do them in a certain order, but that really sets a foundation for the rest. And I think oftentimes it's maybe that I can wait until take a trip, or maybe we could wait till Thanksgiving break, or maybe we could wait till Christmas break. We'll have more time. And I feel like I forgot that saying about if you do the same thing over and over again, that's like crazy, instead of trying to find some different solution. I didn't say that, but that's okay. Probably get my drift. If you really feel passionate about figuring out your family's core values, there's no perfect time. Just start. Even if you just start by making a short list or looking up some ideas that will get you going, take one step forward because the perfect time just doesn't exist. Another thing I decided actually this morning, we had gone to the track to do a family track workout, and my brother-in-law and his fiance joined us. And as I was talking to her, I'm looking around, and we do have the blessing of living in a beautiful place. So I'm looking over at Garden of the Gods, and I'm thinking, I need to make the time to enjoy this more. I live here and I don't ever want to take it for granted. Every time I drive through the mountains, I'm grateful all the time, and I don't want to lose that. So I decided, and I told Emily this, my brother-in-law's fiance, I said, once a week, or at least once every 2 weeks, I want to find a morning where I drop the kids off and I head down and I hike in Garden of the Gods. Or I do something like that, because otherwise I'm always waiting. Once I catch up on this work, once I get this done, then maybe I'll tack that on. I don't want to think about it that way. Instead, I want to identify what I want to accomplish. What's that thing I'm waiting for the perfect time for? And start doing it now. And if it doesn't go super smoothly, like whatever, at least I tried and didn't put it off. So I wanted to put that idea out there where the more I'm living life, the more I'm finding, especially in this switching from summer to school, I'm finding, wow, there isn't a perfect time. Or even for us, like we thought, oh yeah, when they're back in school, we'll start up our 45-minute walks that we do every day. I feel like we haven't quite figured that out yet. We've done it maybe twice. So I think it's important to just consider this. Or is there something in your life that you are putting off because you think there's a perfect time? Or maybe that time is just right now.
Yes, our next episode that'll be dropping on Thursday is all about time management. So 3 things quickly. You were looking for the definition of insanity earlier.
Yes, thank you.
You were looking for.
I was like, where's he? I need him right now.
The next saying that I really enjoy is real artistship. It's attributed to mostly Steve Jobs. But basically, you can't just keep working on something and waiting for the perfect time to then put it out to the world. The third thing is called the 80-20 rule. You usually get about 80% of your results from 20% of your effort. And so when you start a project, you get so much done in that first 20%. Then it takes you 80% more time to refine it and try to get it out there. You don't need to do that for everything. Only save that for the critical tasks in your life. Otherwise, just ship the products, get things done. The Brian Tracy old saying is, eat that frog. If you have something that you aren't looking forward to doing, you do it first thing in the day. His analogy is, if you had to eat a frog every day, the first thing you would do is wake up, eat that frog, and then have a great rest of your day. Don't sit around dreading and putting something off and overthinking it. Just simply do it.
The 80-20 thing is really powerful because I think I'm one of those people who everything I do needs to be to this super high standard, but it's a good question to ask yourself. Is there something I'm doing that's just, that particular thing can just be good enough? Just let it go, not giving the extra effort in because it's not really going to change the result. I'm glad you reminded me of that.
I'm going to put one asterisk on this. Follow this, hey, there's no perfect time, get things done philosophy. If you're smart. I don't want to say it like that. I'm a little under the weather. That's why I'm a little delayed to the podcast. I wouldn't take this and use it as an excuse, but you know what? I should just quit everything I'm doing and go travel Europe. That's probably not smart. It's not the perfect time to do that. You know what? I should just never save for retirement because that's a problem for down the road. I'll do that later. So we're talking about, hey, there's no perfect time for some of the big critical tasks in your life that you overthink a lot. And that overthinking puts extra stress on your life. For those tasks, just simply get them done.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily mean to imply that you should throw responsibility out the window.
Sometimes you have to say these things. You got to throw some asterisks on these.
For somebody who doesn't have as many responsibilities, maybe you're single and you're listening to this, maybe you could do that thing. Sometimes I mentioned that I enjoyed listening to Dennis Prager, and he, at a very young age, started to travel the world. He just knew that's what he wanted to do, and he wasn't going to let things hold him back. He was not going to wait for the perfect time, and just go do it now. Or he often says, people don't want to travel because they don't think that it's safe for whatever reason. Whether there's something going on in that country they want to go to or whatever, then you're probably never going to go because you're always going to find some excuse to not do it. So just do it. Or don't do it. Or
just
do it.
Or don't do it. Just do it. Just don't do it. Just do it then. It'll be the perfect time for you to head over to strongfamilyproject.com. Download the 7 Steps of Strong Family Path. We have a big episode coming out for you on Thursday. It is over 18 ways, plus some bonus tips on how to manage your time better. The tactical tips. This is more strategic, just a little mindset for you. But we have ways to save you a ton of time, and we will drop that for you this Thursday in the full-length episode. Mel, wish everyone a good day while I find the phone to turn it off.
Okay. I really do hope you have a great week and that you accomplish something wonderful, or at least something that you've been putting